You are seeing headlines about the rates finally easing in 2026 and thinking, should I buy now or wait until the mortgage rates drop even more, right? The last bit. Now, if you get this call wrong in Seattle or the East Side, you either overpay in your monthly payment or you wait too long and get priced out when everyone else jumps in. We've been seeing this over and over. Now here, I'm going to break it all down exactly how to think about that decision in 2026, the great housing reset year, if you will, for real estate. Now by the end, you'll know if buy now or wait is actually going to fit your situation. We have a powerful, action-packed video. Hey, it's Ravi Ramachandran with the Rams Group. My wife, Sijy, and I help buyers, sellers, and especially relocating families make smart moves in the Seattle and Eastside areas. If you are renting right now or relocating here, or you've been on the sidelines waiting for the rates to come down, this video is for you. Now I'm going to walk you through how to think about buying now versus waiting, specifically for our Seattle and Eastside market. First, we'll actually talk about what's happening with rates. Most forecasts that we've been seeing expect 30-year fixed rates to hover in the lower 6s to high 5s this year, maybe drifting a little bit lower, not crashing back to 3 and 4% that we just walked past in the post-pandemic days. So yes, rates are easing compared to the peak, but the move is more of a slow glide down than a cliff dive. That means waiting for a giant drop probably is not a winning strategy right off the bat. Second, we'll also look at what happens when rates drop. Oh, this is so real. You have to totally understand what happens to the buyer competition as well as sentiment when rates drop even a slight bit. Say it gets to the higher 5s even, right? In Seattle and the East Side, we already have limited land, strong job bases, and high demand even after the most recent cool down. So this is something for you to watch out for. And when rates tick down, more buyers get off the sidelines and the demand can pick up faster than new inventory comes in. That can mean more offers on good homes, stronger pricing, and less room to negotiate, even if your rate is a touch lower. So after looking at mortgage rates and how you need to think about it, let's look at what your real-time horizon is. So you need to be clear about timing the market, and this is where most people mess it up. So if you're going to live in the home for next 5 to 10 years, say, small changes in rate or short-term price bumps matter way less than getting into the right house in the right area. Wouldn't you agree? In a so-called reset market this year, home prices in Seattle Metro are expected to grow modestly, not explode, which kind of makes this more about lifestyle and stability. Over a longer hold, the power move is getting out of rent and into an asset, then adjusting your financing later if the rates improve. Then an important factor that we have to look at is, can you comfortably afford the monthly payments now, and not your dream payment if the rates magically drop, right? We always live in dreamland, so something for you to just digest the reality and work with real numbers. Now most national forecasts see rates staying slightly above 6% to going a tad below 6 through 2026, and you need to be okay with that being today's reality. Now, if your payment in today's rate in the Seattle or the East Side is already feeling tight and stressful, that's a sign that you either need to adjust your price range, your down payment, or your timeline. Now, buying just because the rates might be a little lower rater is not a strategy for sure. Then let's look at what it means to buying now versus the waiting framework. How do you need to think about it? Let's put this into a simple framework, shall we? Now, there are 3 things that I want you to look at. First would be, will buying now improve my life in the next 3 to 5 years? Say, commute, schools, stability, compared to staying where I am? This is a question that you'll have to ask yourself. And if yes, that points towards buying right now. Second, you need to ask yourself, can I comfortably afford the payment at today's rate without counting on a refinance? If that's a yes, that's another point towards buying now. Third question you need to ask yourself is, do I have a realistic plan to hold the home for at least 5+ years? Now, if it's a yes, the short-term price wiggles and small rate changes matter way less. So if you're solid on all those 3 responses, waiting purely for a lower rate usually means more competition later for the same or even higher prices for the same homes that you could have purchased now. Now, if you're shaky on any of those, waiting and tightening up your plan may be a smarter move. Let's do a quick recap of this so that it all sticks. Now, I want you to remember these 5 things, and they're big. Number 1 is forecasts for 2026 show mortgage rates easing into the low sixes range. We are already at 6.2 to 6.3. It could go even to the high fives, not crashing way back to the pandemic levels or post-pandemic levels. Second is when rates drop, buyer competition tends to jump, and it's a crazy bidding war thing, rinse and repeat story, if you will. Especially this is true in high demand markets like Seattle and the Eastside. Many of the areas qualify for that. And the third is your time horizon matters. Over 5 to 10 years, small rate moves matter less than getting into the right home in the right area. Fourth, you should only buy if you can comfortably afford the payment at today's rate without banking on a refinance to save you. Now, I ask my potential clients to use these 3-question framework like improvement, payment, comfort, and a 5-year hold to decide if buying now or waiting for a later purchase makes more sense for them. And this wins like a charm and should help you too. All that said, if you are wrestling with a buy now or wait in the Seattle or the Eastside areas, let's stop guessing and run your actual numbers and scenarios and see how it all plays out. Now, my contact information is in the description below. Feel free to call, text, or direct message me, or grab a spot on my calendar and we'll build a custom Seattle Eastside buyer game plan around your income, payment comfort, commute, and time frame. So it'll be a rock solid plan that you'll walk away with. There's absolutely no obligation, and if you want more straight talk videos on the Seattle housing market, Seattle versus Eastside comparisons, and how to buy smart in this great housing reset year, hit subscribe so that you don't miss the next one. I'll see you soon.